What's up with it, guys? Okay, guys, this is going to be based off of a recommendation from Kenneth Knight. I know he's been on the channel, been kind of watching some of the videos and hopping in the streams and stuff, and he had the idea of a transmog video, and I thought that's actually a pretty cool idea because I personally have looked up or tried to look up different hunter transmogs and have not really had any success finding any kind of decent information. So I feel like that's actually a pretty decent idea, and I'll show you guys some of the sets that I personally run pretty consistently. So this set right here, I'm going to go from kind of like my least favorite ones to like my most favorite, but the ones that I think are still, cool within that, that section. So you can see here, this set that I have is I think it's from, let me look this up actually, but I think it's from BlackRock Foundry. I believe, yeah, it is BlackRock Foundry, and this is the Shaman Mythic set, and it's the Shaman pieces, so it's like the offset pieces, so a little difficult to get because if you're trying to get the hunter set, like you could get the offset or you could get the hunter set and the look will be the same, but it's kind of cool. And then this BM weapon, the artifact weapon, does match this weapon skin you have to buy, and I don't remember what you have to do to unlock this color variant, but it does match. Also has kind of lightning and stuff, so this is actually a pretty cool one for BM specifically. While we have BM, I'll show you guys one other one that I do like as BM. This is about as mixed matched of a set as I'll have as far as pieces. Most of the time, what I really do with Transmog is trying to find an actual set and then match a weapon that matches that set really well. That's most of the transmogs I have. You'll see are like a full set, or at least designed to be as a full set, even if it's all offset pieces. So this is the most mixed match one. But this helm, I can't remember exactly where this is, but you guys can look it up. It's pretty easy because it's a pretty unique model. But this helm, these shoulders are called the Living Earth shoulders, which are leatherworking specific, and they are bind on pickup. So you have to craft them yourself on someone that is a male wearing class to get the transmog. So these are definitely pretty unique, not super common to see, and they match this helm pretty well. And then the gloves and stuff, I can't remember, but you can kind of find anything that matches a little bit. The helm and the shoulders are the most important here. This tabard is the Champions of Azeroth tabard, and all the stuff is just kind of random. You can see here, though, what I was going to point out is that this version of the artifact weapon actually matches really cleanly this set. So maybe if there's something a little more unique, you could definitely use some different gloves and leggings and stuff that might match this a little bit better. But I think the helm and the shoulders match really well, and so does this weapon, which are the main parts. But again, I don't use this set really ever at all. So for that reason, I haven't really tried to farm any of the offset pieces to kind of match that a little bit better. And then kind of moving on up, I'll show you. I want to go back to this because there's another survival weapon that matches this set. But while I have BM selected, I'm just going to show you guys, this is the tier 0 replica gear from Dark Moon Fair that I have, the full set. So this is a good one to get. You can actually, I can give you guys more information on exactly how to get this, but basically you can get 100 Dark Moon Fair tickets per character once by doing this quest line. So you can get a full set of one of these sets if you haven't done Dark Moon Fair content before, really quickly. Actually, it only takes maybe an hour or so to get enough tickets to get the full set of gear. So you can go ahead and do that pretty quickly. Let me know if any of you guys are interested in that, but there's a lot of guides and stuff as well you could look up. This, for BM specifically, this weapon matches pretty well, and there's also a bow. Let me see if I can try and find it on the spot that matches. Oh shoot. No, it's not that. Shoot. Well, now I'm not gonna be able to figure it out, but I don't know. I don't remember. There was a bow or something that I thought that matched this really well. Oh, you know what? It was a gun. It was a gun. Sorry. It was a gun. It was like this tiki gun. Oh, here. This one. So this one was actually kind of hard to find. You have to get it on the auction house. It's a BOE blue, but it's called the Hex Belcher rifle. And you can see it's kind of similar in theme. And so it's a really cool gun actually, but it kind of matches the same kind of like idea in my opinion, as far as kind of like Beastmaster type looking set. So that's the range weapon that I will run with that. So on that, let me swap over real quick to survival. I'll show you guys a couple sets there, and then I'll show you a couple that I have for Marksman that I really like. So back on survival, you'll see, we'll talk about, this is like my favorite transmog, I think, of like between all my sets of every spec. But like I said, on this blue set, the one I have labeled as legit, you can run Zinrock the two-handed sword, which is from archaeology, which is a count-bound sword that you can find now. It's back, it was a vanilla sword back in the day, but it looks really cool, and it's cool to run this on survival hunters because not many survival hunters have this transmog at all, much less to run some kind of set that actually makes it look clean. So I actually like this synergy a lot if I'm playing that kind of setup. One thing, let's do back on that tier 0. If you have gotten it, the High Warlord polearm matches thematically really well with this set. The markings on the polearm are very similar to all the markings on the gear. And then you can just see it's just huge. You got kind of the spikes of the weapon and the spikes of the shoulder. And you can run like blood draining or one of these cooler enchants that just makes you really like stand out. Moving on to, let's do the, what was the other one? Oh, I'm going to do tier 1. The tier 1 set. Okay. Now I have basically 3 weapon options that go with this tier 1 set. So for survival specifically, right, you can run the Untamed Blade, which looks so clean with this set. Here, let me hide the tabard so you guys can see. If you don't run, I don't have the, where is it? Sorry. Here. So you can see in this armor, on like the back, for example, it's all this kind of dark, vibrant red, the gold, and then the silver kind of gray colors, which is exactly the same colors on Untamed Blade. I don't know if this was intentional, but you know, I'm surely back in the day they weren't thinking that a bunch of hunters were going to have Untamed Blade in tier 1, but it matches like perfectly. Between this and the set that I have that I'm wearing, there's not a set that matches better besides these two, in my opinion. Like the weapons, the weapons and the weapons and the armor just go together like perfectly. It's just pretty crazy. So that's one set that I actually really like running if I'm playing survival. You'll see I have a 3900 twink sometimes that I'll play survival and I'll run this setup because you can't use the Legion artifact weapons, right? For all of you OG hunter players, when you're trying to get any kind of nostalgia setup, you can also run this, which for those of you that know, back in the day, this staff, and I can't zoom out anymore. I can't zoom out anymore to show you guys. But this is the same model as the hunter staff from the class quest. So this is called a Cauldron Dredger. It's actually from a quest line in Eastern Plaguelands. You can still go and do it right now and get the transmog if you want. And then this enchant is Breath of Yulon enchant that you can get. It's one of the like appearance ones. You get it from one of those books you can get like off the auction house or enchanters can make. But if you're trying to play survival and you want to go like the super OG nostalgic hunter setup, this is honestly like, there's no more OG setup than this. Maybe don't run the tabard and just run the chest piece or whatever, but it looks super clean. Really, really, really awesome setup. Let me see. There's also a weapon for, I can show you guys when I swap over to Marksman. There's a gun that actually matches tier 1 too if you're a big fan of tier 1. But let me show you guys this one. So this is the set. What set is this? Oh, it's High Warlord. Oh, this one's okay too. I don't ever really run this, but this is the High Warlord gear, and then this is the two-handed sword from AQ. I think it matches actually pretty well. Looks pretty clean. Now, this one is what you'll see me running most of the time, this armor setup, if you've watched any of my videos. And the armor setup, one thing is the helm is from the Blizzard store. So if you don't have the helm, the actual helm from the set is this one, which still actually looks pretty clean. And you can actually use the Helm of Destruction, or sorry, Crown of Destruction, which is like, I think it's from Molten Core, Blackwing Lair. So one of those like old original dungeons. You can run that too. Looks actually pretty clean with it. The sword here, this two-handed sword, is from Mythic Blackrock Foundry, I believe. Yes, Mythic Blackrock Foundry. It's off of like, it doesn't actually show up in the loot table here either, but you can obviously get it. It doesn't show up because these are kind of bugged out where like they don't recognize two-handed swords as being hunter weapons because of the changes to survival after this. Anyway, so, but it does drop off one of these bosses. I don't remember. I think it's like the second or third boss in here. And then the other thing that's really cool about this specific fire set is one of the Survival Hunter Legion weapon skins matches it perfectly, which is this one. I'm almost positive this is from honor level. I want to say that this is honor level 80, but I don't know that for sure. You guys would have to check and confirm that. But you can see this match is just so clean and like so perfect. Downside is you can't enchant or do the enchant appearances on the artifact weapon, so I can't like add fiery enchant to it or something like I can on that sword to make it like really kind of pop. But it does really match this set. And this full armor set is from Emerald Nightmare Mythic. This is the Shaman set, so it's all the offset pieces from the Hunter set. Yeah. So that's a pretty cool one. One that I don't have set up that I'll mention real briefly, which is from that same, if you're trying to do Emerald Nightmare. So I'll show you, like, for example, the shoulders here. The shoulders are the actual Hunter set from Mythic Emerald Nightmare, but you can see either this blue weapon skin of the same setup or the purple one. Both of these match this actual set. Let me put on, like, I'll put on the helm to make... shoot, and now I'm gonna have a hard time finding it now that I did that. Oops, sorry guys. Anyway, but this is the like the mythic set from the actual like dungeon. Oh, you know what we could do? I don't have it. Just kidding. But yeah, so that's the other one that I run a lot on for survival, and then you can see this one that I have here. If we look, you'll see if I am playing survival, a huge chunk of the time I'm playing this exact Transmog. This is obviously the tier 2 Hunter set, and then the weapon is the hidden artifact skin from the boss in Emerald Nightmare. It's that bear boss, Ursol or whatever it's called, and then it's this color variant on that. And I want to say that this color variant is from World Quest, but it could be the dungeon one. I can't remember, to be honest. But this is my favorite. I think of all the Hunter sets, this is my favorite one because it's just so clean and like just matches so well and so unique and just kind of really stands out. So I like this one a lot. If I'm playing survival most of the time, this is the set that I'm rocking. And I think that was it on these. Yeah, so then let's do Marksman real quick, guys. So Marksman, most of the time, you'll see in any of my videos, I run that fire setup of like the fire gear from Emerald Nightmare, this exact setup that I have here that you guys will see. And then the weapon that I have here is the Legion skin. It's this, I'm almost positive, is Mage Tower. But I don't remember exactly because I didn't play Marksman back in Legion. I went and unlocked a lot of that stuff, but I didn't actually play it. Excuse me. So to be honest, I'm not totally sure like what color variant this is, but you guys can look that up relatively easier. I'm sure someone might know and want to post it in the comments below. But it matches really well with this set. The legs of this set also are from Mythic Blackrock Foundry. These are not the Shaman set comes with like a kilt. And I don't really like the kilt. So these are from Mythic Blackrock Foundry. That's that full mythic set that looks pretty clean. So yeah, again, I haven't found any other weapons that I think really look that clean. There's one that's like a gun from one of these older dungeons. There's also a gun from Mythic Blackrock Foundry that looks okay with it. But anyway, I think like this crossbow one looks fine. And then the other Marksman one, I'll show you guys the gun that I think matches the tier 1. If you're trying to play Marksman or BM, this gun is from Shadow Labs. It's off the second to last boss in Shadow Labs. And then I think that is pretty much it. One thing you can have is the tier 2.5. If any of you guys are fans of this kind of like OG set. There's a couple setups that actually look pretty decent with this. The weapons, though, when it comes to weapons, this one looks pretty good. And again, I didn't play Marksman, so I can't really tell you where this skin comes from, but this one's pretty clean. If you do like the tier 2.5, I don't have the gloves for tier 2.5 you can see here, so it would look a little bit better. That's the main reason I actually don't run this set, because I don't have those gloves, and the gloves make it look really clean. And then there's also a bow that you can get from AQ, this one, that actually this looks pretty good. This goes with the set. The pixels are a little bit different, but as far as like the matchiness of it's pretty clean. And then we have the tier 0 that I already showed. Oh, let me show you too the tier 2 set. If you're playing Marksman, there's a Legion bow. This is like the upgraded, I think this is just a color variation of the first one you get. I don't know. But you can see this actually matches really well. So if you do really like tier 2 and you're playing Marksman, whichever weapon color variant this is. Again, you can go to like the class hall thing and pop on your Legion and kind of see how to unlock any of these specific ones. But this one's pretty clean and matches if you really like tier 2 and you want to keep one of the unique Marksman Hunter Legion weapon skins on. And then the last one, I think that's it actually. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are all the ones that I use. But again, most of the time you'll see me rock this fiery one if I'm playing Marksman, and you'll see me rock the tier 2 if I'm playing survival. And I haven't been playing BM lately, so you won't see me playing that at all. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what kind of transmogs and stuff you guys are running. And if you guys have any questions on this, sorry if it's kind of like, you know, just kind of like winging it impromptu. But if you have any questions on any of the specific sets of gear, the pieces, or where to find them or whatever, just let me know and I'll answer down in the comments below. But I guess until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.